Kentaro as a software engineer, and today I'll talk about challenges working on a long-running app. In the first place, you may not know about this small company. Actually, Kentaro is not small. Kentaro has 20 years history, and Kentaro was established 20 years ago. And at first, our founder was an engineer, and he was writing code, and the servers are running under his desk, and he was struggling with many issues like performance issues and short of cash. But Kentaro is still alive, and nowadays our service is available around the world, and we have branch offices in, for example, Indonesia, Vietnam, Lebanon, Spain, Hungary, Russia. So now our team is getting larger. And this is our articles of incorporation. Our mission is making everyday cooking fun, and it says that when everyone on the planet enjoys everyday cooking, our company will dissolve. So it sounds a bit crazy, but it makes Kentaro unique. Now let me introduce myself a little. I started my career as a software engineer when I was a student. I was working in a small agency company, and I was writing web applications and Android applications. After graduating from university, I joined a company which runs a social community service like Facebook in Japan. And then I moved to Cookpad as the second Android developer, and at that time the app was based on the web view, because at the time Cookpad had around 50 web developers and only one mobile developer. It was difficult to follow the latest changes, so yeah, the decision is understandable. So I joined the Cookpad, and I proposed to rewrite Cookpad app in a native way and build team and the product from scratch. And then after that, I was looking for a new challenge, and I heard that my boss was looking for a mobile developer for this new project, Cookpad Global project, and I joined this project 4 years ago. So at first, there was nothing, so 0 downloads, and now our app is categorized as 10 million to 50 million downloads up on Google Play, and we are using Crash Analytics at the beginning of this project, and the number of Crash Play session rate was, as far as I remember, it was 96%, but now it became 99.6%, and the supported language becomes, we are now supporting more than 20 languages, and the number of developers became around 10, and many things happened in these 4 years. So the data shows that the app grew because the team grew, but is it natural? So there's a number of items, and there is a number of links, and the number can be, for example, the number of developers or number of classes, whatever. Say you are in the first developer in the team. There's no communication path, interaction path between developers, and then new member joined. There's one communication path, and then now 10 developers in the team, and this communication path becomes more complex. So we need to change the way of development in accordance with the team size. So yeah, this is today's topic. I would like to share how our development has been changed. I have 3 topics about code, quality, and team. Yeah, let's start from code. So, yeah, have you ever seen such code?
Yes.
Yes, yeah. And actually, I've seen such deep nested if statements and one character variable names, and yeah, it doesn't look good code, but it doesn't mean this code isn't viable. Actually, this company was acquired for $1 million US. So it's difficult to say. Yep, people say getting the right balance, but what is the right balance? It depends on the stage of the product and the team size. So yeah, let me share our case. And this project started in 2014. At first, I chose, for example, Java and Alex Java, and then moved to Kotlin at some point, and then introduced, changed the architecture several times, and also worked on localization stuff. Yeah, let's take a look at this one by one. For example, language. In Android development, we have some options even for language. And at that time, plain Java 6 was a common option. And also, we have some options like using virtual lambda. Internally, virtual lambda is using ASM, bytecode manipulation framework. And also, Jackan Geo was not available at the time. And also, Lombok. Lombok is using annotation processing and compiler and internal APIs. So I didn't like it. It's a hacky way and it's dangerous, not safe. And the Kotlin version 1 was released in 2016. So yeah, I thought I like this virtual lambda. This is the way to go. I thought, and then moved to Kotlin in last year. Yeah. And also Kotlin, when we introduced Kotlin, I did the compiler code and how the binary consists of, and how compiler process the code, and then how to parse, and then how instructions to map to the bytecode, and then I thought it's okay to introduce it. Then we migrate our Java code into Kotlin, and now our code is almost 100% Kotlinized. And also, asynchronous operations are a big problem for Android development. And ancient times, developers used to use async tasks. That's difficult to use. People don't like it. And there are some options like using Android Handler Step, intent service, job scheduler, libraries, and also we can use schedulers in Alex Java for asynchronous operations. And I like functional style, so I decided to use Alex Java. And nowadays we have more options like live data in Android architecture component and coroutines. We just introduced coroutine in our project, and Craig Milan published a blog post to our tech blog. And actually, coroutine is not magic. The implementation is very simple. There is a coroutine context. Coroutine context has small jobs and dispatch jobs to select through. Okay, next. About architecture, also there are some options, and look back to the 2014, and I attended tech interviews more than 100 times, and at that time, in my opinion, 90% of developers were using MVP traditional way, and then some people like MVP and others. So at first I adapted MVC because it's common. So it means it's easy to catch up how to implement the code. It's crucial for startups. So at first we went with MVC, and the team got larger, so we reviewed our strategy in 2016, and what the people are using was changed. Like MVC, less people are using MVC, and people seems to move to MVP. So we discussed which framework, MVP or MVP and VVM we adapt. And we tried both. We introduced both systems in one up and evaluate which is better. And then we decided to go with MVP. And right after we moved to MVP, MVVM official Android architecture component was announced, and so making technical decision is difficult, but it's fine if it's as long as it's maintainable and people can understand. About DI frameworks. In my first company, I was using RoboJuice. RoboJuice was using reflection internally, so it's slow. So we decided to implement DI framework by ourselves, and using annotation processor. This is a story before CookPad and Dagger version 1. And right after we built our own framework, Dagger 1 was released, so I thought, it's difficult. So, but Dagger 1 is a bit complicated, so I'm afraid to introduce Dagger framework to this project. So at that time, I didn't introduce DI framework, but after moving to Kotlin, we can inject some dependencies using Kotlin features. So, using DI framework, what do you want to achieve? I think there are two things: dependency injection and the contextualized dependency lookup. Dependency injection is, and the contextualized dependency lookup is something like I want to share this instance in the same screen or in the application. Now let's see the implementation. In the normal way, we say we want to call C/B in a class. This is a normal way, but it's difficult to test because B is a private field of class A. So to make this testable, it's a bit small, but we can use default arguments of Kotlin. And in application, we just call instantiate class A without passing any argument. And while testing, we instantiate this class with mocked object so that we can change the behavior. So this is the concept of constructor injection, and we can do it without using any dependency injection framework. And also, we can do a contextualized dependency lookup using the delegated property. And there are some libraries to do that. For example, Codeine. And Codeine inject values using a delegated property. And also, last year, we split one big module into 18 small modules for some reasons like maintainability, testability, and the blog post will be available soon. So I don't explain the detail in this talk. And localization is a big topic for us because we support 20 languages and more than 60 countries. And each country has a different culture. And at first, we try to manage translations on the spreadsheet, and there are many files, and each screen has there are many seats. So right after the initial release, we decided to introduce a translation tool, and to upload and download translations, we created a Gradle plugin and automated it. And right after the initial release, I flew to Indonesia and stayed 1 month and tried our service, and I found it was very slow because the internet connection in Indonesia is really bad, and people are using low-spec devices. And performance is a feature. It's important for us because we want to expand our service into emerging markets like Southeast Asia or South America. Yeah, so the connection speed in Indonesia is 5 times slower than in Japan. So I was in Japan, Tokyo, and I couldn't realize our app is very slower when I was in Japan. So I compared the image format. This is a JPEG with quality 100 and tried WebP, and we found that the WebP with quality 70 is the most efficient, and we changed the image format. And also, there are some devices, and each device has a different resolution. We don't need to download large images for Nexus S, for example. So we introduced the image converter server. Client pass params like width and height, and then the image converter server returns the resized images to save bandwidth. And then after this camp, I fly to Dubai to work with neighbors in Lebanon to support RTL, and I flipped everything like icon, layout, animation, transition, and it was fun. And also, it's not RTL is not the only thing for to make our service adaptive. For example, placeholders. We use placeholders of fish, mushrooms, and rice, but the people in Middle East don't eat fish and rice, so we replace the placeholders. And also we introduced TensorFlow Web. We have a machine learning researcher team, and we have some machine learning product. And for example, we want to detect food images. We needed to send images to the server, but it consumes bandwidth, so we put the logic from server side to client side. And the blog post is available on our tech blog. Okay, next, quality. The table is like this. We started with simple way of using the JNet and Mockito, and then tried other things, and then moved from Cycle CI to Jenkins, for example. Yeah, at first there is no rule. It was up to developers. So there's some developers like us, some people don't like test, but the team grew, and the members who don't know the original spec joined, and the features became easy to broken without noticing it. So yeah, we felt, we need more tests. So we tried another thing. Spec is BDD style testing framework, and the Localization, which makes running tests faster, and is placed with robot patterns to guarantee to try the user scenarios, and try to lock network layer using staticization. But we got little everything, and for example, spec doesn't work with Localization, and the Localization sometimes works fine, but sometimes doesn't work on real devices, for example, and the splice with robot pattern wasn't good because we mixed medium test and large test, and the static JSON is not maintainable. So fortunately, we got the great software testing engineer, and he designed this they defined our testing strategy and this layer we should test what, and in this layer we should guarantee this thing, and we have to something, and then we design the strategy, and now our code is clean. And about CI server, at first we were using Circle CI, but right after the initial release we hit the memory limit, and I contacted the customer service, but Constructor Japan had already had a Jenkins cluster, which the memory was 16 gigabytes, so we decided to move to Jenkins. And also we moved from emulator to Genymotion and OpenSDF. OpenSDF is a device management tool. We have a shop and there are many real devices, and we send APKs and run tests on real devices. The whole architecture is something like this. When someone commits the code, a parent job is triggered, and the parent job kick child jobs. And on AWS, we run small tests like unit tests and instrumentation test, depending on UI, and also we trigger medium tests which run on real devices. And these tests are organized using a composer, which is a composer acknowledge a test result and then report back to GitHub, and our execution time becomes half after migrating our testing infrastructure. And the release cycle, at first I was the only developer, so we released when I finished it. But yeah, we started to have multiple projects, and it was difficult to decide when to release, so we started a regular release. So and the frequency was changed several times, and now we go with this concept release train. Release train comes every week, and if we have enough changes to deliver to users, we release. But if we don't have enough value, we just skip it. And also release process is something like this. On Monday, we release can be branch and tested, and then release on Tuesday and monitoring, and then full rollout on Thursday. And we automated this release process when I run the command. Changes are listed, and what I have to do is listed. Then release on Tuesday to 100% of users, and monitor using dashboard to see crashes, HTTP requests, and reviews. And then if there's no problem, we release it to 100% of users. Yeah, about the team. So yeah, we have a big mission, and we have many things to do. So yeah, there are two ways to work on this big project. The first one is hiring more people, and another thing is improving my own skill. And yeah, hiring is definitely important, because yeah, I can't go nowhere only alone. So we try to hire more people, but at first it was difficult because we don't have a clear image of what kind of people we should hire between developers and the product managers, also in developers. So yeah, we had a tech interview, and after the interview, we discussed this candidate is a good fit for this team or not. But we don't have an image, so it was difficult to discuss. So we standardize this process and document it about the whole process and what we need to see and what kind of people we should hire. So this is about hiring and about improve our own skill. We try to standardize and automate process as much as possible, and also make an effort for sharing knowledge. For example, we started rotating release manager. Basically, release process is automated and documented, so everyone can do this release manager role. So we started loading release manager, and the release manager see what users are saying, or how many crash report we receive every week, or so everyone feel we have the ownership. And also knowledge sharing is important, especially for this kind of distributed team. Members are in UK, Spain, Indonesia, Japan. So we have a knowledge sharing meeting called Show and Tell. In the meeting, we'll share what we learned from the project, and then also we have an internal blog system, and we'll share outside of the team, and then talk at conferences or meetups. Actually, I attended Droidcon Italy, Droidcon Berlin, Google I/O Extended in Vietnam, and Droidcon Japan. So yeah, and the best thing to learn things is teaching something you learned. So it's good, and also we have a tech blog. And about organization, at first the organization is something like this, and teams are divided by technical layer, and the product manager said, there something is wrong, but I don't know the codes. Do you know the codes? And then such team, well, we don't know that, we don't care, we don't know. And then web team said, maybe something wrong in this layer or this layer, and it wasn't good. So we changed the structure, and now teams are organized by product. Like this product team has search engineers, web engineers, iOS engineers, Android engineers, and also there are a specialist team like ML research, data analysis, SLE, quality improvement, and something like this. And it was changed like this. At first, I'm the documentation and I know everything, so I got private messages every day why it doesn't work well. So I couldn't take holiday, but now we have more members, and everything was standardized and documented, automated. So now we are more flexible. Yeah. So summary, development is like riding a bicycle. You must keep moving to keep your balance. Yeah, that's it. So this is the link to our tech blog, and my slides are available on my Speak account. So yeah, that's it. Thank you.